Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of
Cabernet&Chaos.
You're so cute. I mean, we're so corny.
Right, that was so like. We're still working on it, guys.
We're gonna get there. But yeah, welcome back. We're happy to be back, and we promise we're gonna, bring more laughs and more energy every fucking time. Maybe I shouldn't swear. So
Yeah.
every
time.
freaking time. So yeah. How you guys feeling? Let's do a little mental check-in. Like, how has your week been? Where you at right now mentally? We'll give it to them.
Give it to you guys.
Yeah.
I had a long week. I had an exhausting week. It was just long. It was a lot. And it was crazy because I was working Saturday and I walked into work and I was fine. Like I was good. And then like one of my coworkers, my girl, she was just like, "What's wrong? Like you seem off." And then I got a text saying, "You seem off. What's wrong?"
From somebody that works with you?
No.
Oh.
And then like she was just like, "I'm just gonna give you a hug. Is that okay?" And she like gave me a hug. And you know when you're like, nothing's wrong, but you feel off, but like it's like there's nothing particularly wrong. And like when she gave me a hug, I like all of a sudden got emotional. I'm like, okay, you need to stop hugging me. And she's like, no, I was gonna stop because I felt it. Like she felt my energy in a way where it was just like something might not be wrong, but you don't seem like yourself. But honestly, I worked until like 4 a.m. the night before, so I felt like I was just drained. It was a long weekend. It was a very busy weekend for me, so yeah, I'm good now. I'm healing my shoulder, and yeah.
You guys should see the cup in therapy. Oh
Should I
my
show
god.
them?
Disclaimer.
Yeah,
it
viewer
looks gross.
discretion advised. You wanna pull it out?
Oh, let me. It looks like somebody's some beat.
I don't even think
We gotta turn
you can see it.
Can you guys see that? Yeah, they can see that.
No one hurt me, guys. Oh my whole thing I'm button. No one hurt me. I did cupping. I do chiropractor, and then she goes in with the cups. I recently found out I have tendonitis in my right shoulder, so it's been in pain from flying and stuff. So yeah, I'm healing and getting better. But yeah, my shoulder right now is on fire. So that's how I'm
Looks like
doing.
it.
What about you, Chai? How have you been? How's your week been?
It's been a long week. If you know, you know. We know.
Lots of things have been going on. Worst case, a wonderful place at the moment. But yeah, it's been a long weekend.
We're gonna elaborate, guys, eventually. Just let you know.
Yeah.
You guys will know
Yeah.
something.
Just remind us, like in a few videos after this one, be like, so Chai.
How's your week still going?
How's your week going, boo?
It's been a long week, no pun intended.
Oh wow.
The things that I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get into it after. We just started. Yeah, how was your week?
My week has been pretty good. Really trying to, stay focused. That's about it. I can't say like I'm overwhelmed or anything. So I've been doing my meditations and my shadow works and
Your affirmations?
I mean my meditation, sorry. But I do affirmations every morning. So I have them like written on my mirror. That's a hack for anybody that is looking to be more consistent. Yeah. I mean it's right in your face every morning. So it's like you have no
Get your
choice.
sticky notes and you put them on your thing and then you say them out loud in the mirror.
Absolutely. So
I've seen it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And yeah, so you guys ready to get chaotic?
You're ready for the chaos? I'm ready.
Ready for a little chaos in your life? All right, so I was thinking like, let's give the people them like a little funny like scenario situation that you've been in regarding your dating life. I mean, I'll go first. This is my dating life. This is not my like adulthood dating life. This was when I was a kid, but it was the most awkward thing that's like ever happened to me in my life. you know, till this day, it's still pretty awkward. But I went out with this guys, and like usually, if you know my type, you know my type. Yes, but this
With
guy
the
was like,
pillows in the fucking coop. Hold up, it's who, nigga? Who now? Who the fuck is you? I don't know, nigga. No. Sorry. Just in case you guys don't know, let me just. That's a glimpse of what her type is, since we might. I don't know if we're ever gonna get into that. In case you guys didn't know, that's
I wasn't planning to indulge in that.
a little.
Trying to be nice.
And I met this guy. We went on like a date. I can't remember. Like, I think we went to like the movies or like bowling, like something like subtle, whatever. And he's like, "Let's go back to like my place." Da, da, da. So I'm like, "Okay, cool," you know. And we're like just chilling on his couch and da 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 da. And he was like trying to like get in the groove with me, you know. I was like, all right, let me test the waters, da da da. And like there was at one point where he's like, he can't get turned on because he needs to, he needs to suck my toes.
That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Well,
It was honestly the most awkward thing I've ever been to. And I think it's because I have like a foot thing. Like I don't like feet. Like don't touch my feet, don't put your feet on me, like nothing like that. So I was like a little bit scarred from there. Like I'm used to my hood niggas, like you know what I'm saying? And this is far from around the way. And you're talking about you're not getting turned on by me because
you didn't suck my
I didn't put my
toes.
feet in your mouth.
It's
Yeah.
giving issues. It's
It was
giving
giving
you
I had
have
to
something.
go. Like I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my god. I think it's at that time, you know? And then
Mhm.
I never talked to him again.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. But then like years later I seen that he's like dating somebody that I went to school with. Like I think they have like a kid together and everything. I was like, oh wow, like he found somebody to feet to put in his mouth, you know? So shout out to you. If you know, you know.
If you ever watch this, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. It just wasn't what she was into. If you found someone, I love that. You know, if you're happy, we're happy. Exactly, just not on her. That's it. Okay, Chai.
It's been a long week. So I'm not saying this happened now or this happened. I don't know when. It doesn't matter when it happened. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I ended up entertaining this guy, which I know now I shouldn't have really entertained because it's gotten to become a mess. It became a mess. And the first night after he came over, it was a couple of hours into it, and he decided to sleep over.
Oh my god.
Uninvited into the sleepover.
Like, oh, I have my clothes. In my fucking bed, like
Talking about his backpack.
Tyler's in the car.
Let's just try to do it. He's like, oh, I think I have to come back.
Oh, now he left something.
Back to him.
You brought it back to him.
I brought it back.
Mhm.
So I think that's the most awkward experience I had. Like, why are you staying at my house? Like, just leave after everything is done. I don't need you to stay here.
Yeah.
Like, anyways. So yeah, that's the most awkward.
That's pretty intense. The audacity. How are you gonna come over here with prepared already with your spend the night bag?
And you showered in my shower.
Ugh. No, I'm just joking. That's good. At least he washed his own.
At least, because imagine he just left, got up, no tooth. I mean, it's better for him to come prepared than to come unprepared, but thinking I was gonna sleep here already and not have like their toothbrush and actually change. Because you know, there be fellas out there that you'll sleep over or they'll sleep over, whether it was planned or not. They'll get up and go about their business the next day. Like, you didn't wash your ass because you were with me all day, so you didn't wash your ass, you didn't brush your teeth. Like, for me, it's just like,
If you're telling me like you're waking up to go like
start the day.
yeah,
It's
that's wild, fam. Like,
Yeah.
How about you?
I
don't stutter now, baby. Give it to me.
because I'm trying to think like of like what story. Yeah, like what's an awkward story? I guess an awkward story for me was, it actually speaks on the whole hygiene thing because okay, so I was seeing this guy years ago, I was seeing this guy and we had hung out. Like we didn't even really hang out. So how it would go, it was just like the first time we went out to eat, right? And then we went to like a hookah lounge. And I was I'm not sleeping with him on the first date. I'm not sleeping with him on the first date.
Mhm.
Second time comes out, again go to like a hookah lounge, like hang out, whatever. But it was never. I feel like it was never like a hangout. It was always like we went to like a lounge or a club. You know what I mean? It was never like daylight. We would hang out, and I was okay with that. I had no problem with that. Okay, so one night, the tequila's tequila in,
Tequila.
right? Literally. And he was just like, "Oh, like, come over." Mind you, let me just throw this out there. I was already downtown. I live downtown. So I was already next to my house. So like for me, I was like, it was already late. Like it was already like after the club hours. You know what I mean? So it was already like
after 2 o'clock.
it was three
In the morning.
something. It was three something, and he lived like 35 minutes away, like Laval, but past Laval.
What's that booty call hours?
Yeah, like Laval, like passes
No,
Laval, right?
You
So
knew what you were getting into.
I was like, you know what,
So you were leaving the house for something.
you know, but me, not saying that I prepare for this, but before I even said okay, I said, do you have an extra toothbrush at home? Because like the clothes wise, it doesn't really care. You could get up because I know I'm going home at the end of the day. But like I need a toothbrush. Like I at least need a toothbrush. I'm not even about to shower here, but I need a toothbrush. I need to wake up and I need to brush my teeth. Like I can't not, you know what I mean? I can't not have a toothbrush. And I was like, okay, like I had stuff to do the next day too. That's crazy. But I had stuff to do the next day. I don't know what I was doing, but I remember I had to be home early. So go to his house, whatever. And I'm spending the night. What do I wake up? And I go upstairs to pee because he was like in the basement. And his mom is praising the Lord.
Oh fuck!
When I wake up.
That's boom.
And she just looks at me and I look at her, and mind you, I'm English. This person was French. So I'm like, oh, nice to meet you. And she was just like, oh, hi. But you know when it's just like, why am I meeting your mom under these circumstances? Because she's never seen me here before. And like it's
And he didn't give you no warning.
like, why didn't you go check to make sure your mom wasn't upstairs? Because it was 3 floors, you know what I mean? So she was on the main floor, and the way the downstairs goes is like it's literally right next to the outside. Like the door is right there, and then there's a bathroom right there, and then there's like a little, not a full living room, but like a little office. And she was just there working, praising the Lord, church music on, whatever, prayers, sermon, whatever was going on, just in her French. And I'm just like, oh, and I'm here, mash up in a random shirt. I'm like, oh my God.
You had pants on?
I did, thankfully. I had shorts. But like, because I know someone, like, I would never go upstairs without pants on, just in case. Yeah, I knew he didn't live alone, but I also didn't know his mom was there. Because like sometimes his mom's not there, sometimes his sister's not there. His sister was like giving birth, like that. Like I didn't expect her to be there. And then it's just like, that shouldn't be how you're introducing me to your mom. Like that shouldn't be how I'm meeting your mom. Because now she probably thinks, now she probably thinks like, who's this
Booty call girl.
Poucle girl in my house? You know what I mean? Poucle is like the Haitian word for like French. I mean, like for light skin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like what they like, and femme poucle. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, something like that. But it's something like that. But it's like what they used to call like French light skin girls. Like before they said light skin, they say like yo femme poucle. But it's like I think it's like a Haitian thing. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, so don't quote me. I could be completely off. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. But I was just like embarrassed, and I was like, okay, I gotta go. So can you take me home?
Can you take me home?
And then the whole car ride, bro, I was so mashed up. I didn't realize how much I drank, and I was like, don't throw up in this Benz. Don't throw up in this Benz. Don't throw up. Like, don't. And mind you, again, it was 45 minutes away, and it was traffic hours. So imagine 45 minutes, and it's traffic hours. So I'm there, yo. As soon as I opened it, I said, okay, bye. I gotta go. I said, I gotta go. He's like, are you okay? Like, whole ride, are you okay? I said, no, I'm mashed up. Got home, tore up. But yeah, that was one of my awkward stories.
Yeah. She seen the mom after the booty call. So.
The
walk of shame.
The shame, for real. The shame I had in my game, because my outfit before that wasn't even like a cute, like it was cute, but it wasn't like, it was like, I don't even remember. I think it was like warm outside, but like it was you know, you just don't have clothes. Now I'm like, I have to ask for like a shirt or like a sweatpants, and I don't even want to be in your shirt. And on top of that shirt you gave me was dirty, I'm pretty sure. So now I'm just mad because I'm looking at the stains on the shirt that I'm wearing, and I'm just like,
No, he took it out the hamper.
it was given that. It was given that. And yep, I went home and I ghosted him.
I would do.
But yeah,
Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl.
that was my
Okay, so
awkward moment.
let's bounce off of that one. What would be you guys is like? Let's do it like this: your top 3 red flags, and then give me your top 3 green flags.
I would say for me, okay, I feel like when it's red flags, are we talking about red flags in a relationship or red flags in like personality or like as a person? Because like, you know what I mean? There's red flags that you do in a relationship, and then there's just like you snore, you chew with your mouth open. Like those could be red. Like you know what I mean?
That's a red flag, right?
No, that's a red flag for me.
If you snore,
I'm sorry, you gotta get a CPAP machine. No.
girl, do you know how loud them things are?
I would no. I was about to suffocate my own mother. No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. But I was like, put a pillow over her face. I couldn't deal with it. I cannot do so.
Okay. But what if
But we're saying like generalized. Like for me, like my top 3 red flags would be like no ambition, so you're just a bum.
That's number one.
Yeah, that is
No ambition.
that's definitely one on mine.
No dreams, no goals, just cruising
through life. Like it's nothing.
No money. I don't want you with no money and / like no like criminal record because I'm not dealing with that shit.
They can't have no criminal record.
That's crazy. But that's hey,
Misdemeanor, felony.
hey, that's Martha. That's not Korea. That's Martha. We're speaking of Martha.
So what, we're supposed to go with someone?
No, hey, if that's your red flag, that's your red flag.
But like, think about it. Look at how many criminals you know right now that are
still
not red
doing
flags.
good things.
Who? You guys name someone. Name them.
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
My
but
mom.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Turned their life. My dad.
Yeah.
Turned their life around. Like there's some people who have criminal records, but because you have to think about it, you could get a criminal. Well, obviously it's a little different for America.
Someone who's
Like a pimp, like a pimp.
yeah,
You know.
Yeah. No pimps. No pimps.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No murder.
I'm not judging anybody who's been through like like unfortunate circumstances. I'm just saying somebody who has a criminal record and like
For like stupidness.
yeah, stupidness.
Yeah.
DUI.
Not the DUI. What's wrong with the DUI?
The 2 and the 3 DUI. Okay, that's when it's a freaking
Yeah. No, but the DUI is serious. Like, you should have enough common sense to know that you can't get behind the wheel.
Third time.
Come on.
I'm gonna start questioning you a little bit after.
I'm doing more than questioning.
Like, why are you driving? And how are you getting caught? What were you doing that you got caught? It's not even for me. I'm so sorry. DUI. It's not even about the fact that you're. For me, it's not the fact that you're drinking and you're driving. Me, it's what were you doing that got you caught? Because you know what I mean? Like.
How many times have we drove and
We
But this is the
hypothetically, how many times did we drive in GTA?
Allegedly.
In GTA,
But
people
we
do it all the time.
We could just say, like, even for me, like, if I'm drinking allegedly, like, I'm not gonna drink until I'm saucy to be like, all right, let me get behind the wheel.
But
now.
some people only realize they're saucy once they get behind the wheel.
That's a problem that you have just drinking, period. Because at the end of the day, like, how do you not know your limit? That's my thing too. Like, I don't like drinking with people that like get sloppy drunk and like you don't know when to stop drinking, you don't know when to pick up a bottle of water and start chugging down a bottle. Like people like that, like we can't party.
Yeah.
Because that means I can't have fun because now I'm turning into a babysitter.
Okay, one more red flag.
no education?
Okay.
Okay, it's no education. Like they just didn't like. What's no education? Like they
Not
didn't
university,
graduate.
but like, because what if they have no university, but they're smart as hell, like street smart, book smart, every blood type thing.
Look what happens if they just got a job and they're like, okay, I got a good job and I didn't have to go to university or college because I got a good job.
Making me rethink my freaking red flag.
Okay, but
I'm just trying to make you. Okay.
I'm more thinking when you say no education, like I don't see you and your like characteristics as like a person to be like, oh, you didn't go to university, I can't talk to you.
But you see, but that's what a red flag is, like a deal breaker. Like,
but I do think she means like when she's talking about education, like you can't just be like stupid. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, no common sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know how to like research your own things that you're thinking
Yeah.
about. Like, you can't use Google or YouTube or read an article or something like that. I think that would be a problem, you
You
know?
can be smart without having an education.
Education,
You
yeah.
can be street smart and things like that. But if you're not like worldly and I have to explain everything to you and go
That's a
through it
problem.
and do everything for you, then
Yeah.
someone like that.
You can't fill out an application by yourself? Gotta
If you
go.
don't know
Yeah.
the word Quebec, then you gotta go.
Yeah.
If you still think that Quebec is in the North Pole, you gotta go. If you still think that Stephen Harper is our prime minister, then you gotta go.
Oh wow.
Oh, fuck.
Some people be
That's
thinking
deep.
that.
Yeah, she went.
If you think we're next to England, you gotta go.
Yeah, I think Pachano said like your number one is very important for me. Like if you have no ambition, like I really maybe that's a Scorpio thing because I think we're always transforming. Like we're always
No, I
evolving.
can't do it.
Always.
I
Well, you're a
cannot.
Capricorn too. You bought your paper.
Yeah.
But like in a sense, like there's some people that are okay with that. You know, like just cruising through life with their one routine. Like I can't do it.
I can't. I'm always doing something different. Like
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, like for example, not to go too off topic, but like I see people in my career field like 10 years, and I'm like, you're telling me you've wanted to work for someone for 10 years?
I couldn't do it.
Some people like that. Some people like.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and
I know.
I love that for them.
Mhm.
But like they'd be like, oh, like how long do you see it? Like, do you plan on staying this, or is this gonna be your career? And I'm like, no. Why would I want to be working for someone for the rest of my life?
Yeah, but that's because you're a boss. Some people.
Yeah, but that's for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some people are okay with where they're
Just
at. And
being
they're okay
stagnant.
with, working for someone. And there's nothing wrong
Nope.
working for someone at all. Because if you found what you love to do and that involves working for someone, I'm all for doing your passion. You know what I mean? And doing what you love to do. If you are doing what you love to do,
That's beautiful.
I have nothing to say. But if you are miserable 24/7, you don't like your job, and you're staying in the same field, what's the issue? Like, you know what I mean? Like, anyways, yeah, do your green flags. Sorry, didn't mean to go off topic.
Do your red flags. Let's do the red flags. I didn't think about.
Amanda doesn't have a great relationship with his mother. Like
That was, you said two of mine. You literally said two of mine.
like if you don't adore and love your mother and like all that stuff, that doesn't necessarily mean like there's not great moms out there. Not you loving on somebody that's
A
like
terrible person,
a
like
terrible
an
person.
actual terrible person.
but,
Yeah.
like, you being raised right and having a great mother and like reciprocating that love and like treating her special and all of that stuff. Like if you don't do that, like if you call your mother out her name and do all that stuff, like I really can't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So just to see like this mother, this is the person that
Birthed
birthed you.
Brought you life
You know what I'm saying? Like
and risked her life doing it.
and not only that, like, hey, maybe you didn't have the best life growing up and all that stuff, but you grew up with your mother. You know what I'm saying? Like you weren't in the system, and even then, if she lost you and you came back and da da da, I just have no respect for niggas that disrespect their mother, especially if they didn't do you nothing. So that's my number 2. And my number 3 would be like a nonchalant ass nigga, like
Ugh.
they're not for the weak. Like nonchalant men are not for the weak, and like that doesn't mean that like I'm sure like some of them are great men and like love hard and stuff, but like when you are so emotionally unintelligent, you're hurt. It's tough. It's tough, and like you
Yeah.
need to be strong as fuck to deal with somebody like that. So yeah, those are my 3.
Okay, well, you said like you said mine, but just in different ways. So I would definitely say no ambition. I cannot do it. I am naturally an entrepreneur. I work my jobs, but I love getting money. So for me, like if you don't love getting money, like I love getting money, and you have no like source of I want to do this, I want to open this, I want to, I have if our goals in life and lifestyle that we want do not align, you're not for me. Just we're not it.
Facts.
Like if you're okay with doing certain things, no, we're not it.
Yeah.
2, so I would want to say red flag when you don't have a strong relationship with your parents, or you don't like, you know what I mean? Obviously, I don't do disrespect at all. I'm very big on disrespect. So on respect, sorry, in general, but I do understand like for me, I'm very close with my mom. I'm very close with my
Absolutely.
dad. I'm very close with my parents.
Very
right?
family oriented.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I might not talk to everyone in my family, but my immediate family, my grandparents, I'm very close with. My
Absolutely.
parents, I'm very close with. So I don't need you to be as close with your parents like that, but I also need you to understand that they did the best that they can. And I don't like people who victimize themselves and blame their parents for certain things that have
Mm.
happened when
That
they've
part.
done the best that they can with what they
Absolutely.
had. We are in
Absolutely.
a completely different generation, and I've had this conversation with
Facts.
someone very close to me, and I said, hey, like, like they did the best they can with what they had. And I feel like it kind of clicked that, like, it was easy to always point out what they do wrong, but you need to understand that it's a different generation now. It's easy for us to say, you should have did this, how do I know this and you don't do that? But what they had in that time,
Exactly.
it was easy for them to give birth to kids because money wasn't an issue. The
Mhm.
economy wasn't as bad.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It was easy to do certain things with your kids. Yeah, you can still struggle, but I just feel like if you were able to grow up with a roof over your head, you went to school, you had
Mhm.
food, you had lunch.
Yeah. Even then,
Those are your
even if you had
parents.
to get signed up for free lunch and all them
Whatever the
things,
case
like,
was.
you-
Literally, shout out to the lunch price for the Lolos. I know we weren't paying full price for those. $40 when
No.
people are paying 160. Anyways, yeah, so definitely has to be somewhat family oriented.
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
yeah, sorry. My third one, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like a friendly ass nigga.
Mhm.
Like, I don't like, and it has. I'm gonna elaborate a little bit on this. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
spend too much time on it, but it's not that I'm insecure, but I feel like there needs to be boundaries, and I feel like you
Don't play in my face.
don't, because
Don't play
you
in my
don't
face.
want to see the other side of me that
You don't
you've
want me to
never
play in
seen. You know what I mean?
yours.
Because one thing I could do is I could pull a you on you, and it's gonna hurt 10 times more. I promise you. I promise you.
But it's like you don't even want to let nobody bring that out of you.
But that's the thing, right? I don't ever want to be in the position where I have to be that
where I
person.
gotta
You know what
show
I mean?
you.
Like, if we could have a conversation, if what happens once, okay, I'm gonna let you know how I feel about it, and I don't feel comfortable with the way
Absolutely,
that
absolutely.
you handle that situation, or why do they feel like they have this much access to you or whatever? Because
That part.
you know what I mean? I feel like
Mhm.
boundaries are very important when you're in a relationship. I don't care how long you knew the female. I don't care how long I knew the guy, because I have guy friends. You know what I mean? But I have boundaries between my guy friends. My guy friends don't call me. I talk to them here and there. Hey, are you good? Check up on you, because they know I'm in a relationship. Don't.
Yeah,
Our
yeah,
friendship isn't this. It's. I love you. I love you to death. But you have to respect the fact that I'm in a relationship, and I'm not gonna do shit that's gonna make my man uncomfortable. And it has nothing to do with
Absolutely.
insecurity or anything. But like, why is your homegirl texting you about stupidness, asking how your day was? What? Excuse me? Excuse me?
That's a big problem. So I agree. I love all you guys' red flags. All right, give me your green flags.
I've been thinking. Okay, well, number one is family oriented.
Yes,
Off of what J Shell said, I'm really close to my parents.
you very are. You very much are.
Yeah, you go there every day, girl. You're better than me. I'm family oriented. I'm not going there every day.
Number two, good hygiene.
That's a must. That's not even a flag. That's a must, nigga. Like, I can't even
That should be
put that up.
natural. That shouldn't even be a flag. Like, I would say a green flag is they gotta love kids. Because I want
Absolutely.
kids. Like, they have to be able to be around kids. I don't want one of those people that just don't like kids. Like, that'd be like, whose pick me is this? Like, can you get them away from me? I get it, kids be kidding, but you gotta love kids.
Yeah,
You gotta
absolutely.
like have a relationship with your nieces and nephews or your
Absolutely,
cousins or
absolutely.
something. Like, I want to see that side of you. Like, that is sexy to me. Like, when you
girl.
could,
I know.
talk to your niece, throw around your niece, like, have fun. Let me see you.
When they're calling you uncle.
Yeah. Like, okay.
We're talking about I just brought my niece shopping. Like,
Right? Okay. Can you take me shopping then? But yeah, I love someone who is amazing with kids. That's very important. I will say someone who is emotionally intelligent is very important to me. Like, to be aware of your feelings is everything. Just because I also have put in the work and I went to therapy and I've tried to understand my feelings. So when I'm with someone, I expect you. I understand, like, men, it's a little harder, especially Black men in the society. I know the stigma, I know it's hard to express each other, but when you're at least emotionally intelligent, have other feelings, like
Yeah. When you
you're
can be
considerate.
sympathetic.
Yeah, you're considerate of how something might make me feel.
Absolutely.
I love that. Like, be in tune with your emotions. There's nothing wrong with that, but also be in
Absolutely.
tune with someone else's emotion and just understand that, like, you might not like it, but we could still talk about it and we could do it respectfully.
Absolutely. You know, I'm just sitting here thinking, and I'm like, I need to find somebody great for my brother because we just described him so much. Like, he's
Right?
so emotionally intelligent. Like, he takes Rael shopping all the time. Like, he loves
Okay.
his niece. Like,
I
and I'm
love
just like,
that.
wow. Like, I can't wait till my brother finds somebody that's like lucky to have him. You know, because he's so great. Like,
Shout out to.
not Malachi, but shout out to him.
Wait, it's not him you're talking about?
No.
You're talking
Yeah. Great. Like,
it's so crazy because, like, I love. Oh my god, I would always think of it, and it's just like he's such a good vibe. He's so funny, and he's such a good person to just be around. And
He's
it's
so
just like
amazing.
that's what I was like. I was trying to think. I'm like, is she talking about Malachi?
He's so amazing. Like,
Yeah.
when I just tell you, like, he's younger than me, but like he feels like my little big brother. Like,
Yeah, he's very mature. He is very mature,
He's
and he
very
knows how to, like.
emotionally in
He could be
tune.
very goofy and, like,
Yes.
like, okay, come on
Mhm.
now,
But
but
he could read the room and like know when
exactly,
it's time for that,
exactly.
when it's not time. Like Valentine's Day, he's always getting me something for Valentine's Day. Like you know what I'm saying?
Like my dog. Like, at one point,
Yeah.
I was always like around him, and even like Shannon and everything. And at one point, like the summer, and I was just like, yo, like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, oh, but he was like, he was messing with like one of my cousins at the time. And not saying like that wasn't how it was, but like I got to see him more and see like who he was, and I was just like, yo, like. And now, like, every time we see him, it's all love. Like, every time I see him now, it's all love because it's like you're a good guy. Like, you're there's nothing wrong with you. Like, honestly, I have nothing ill to say about him.
No, for sure. I think like even for me, like when it comes to dating now, like it's really hard for niggas to like really impress me because it's like the way my brother and my dad love me, like cheese. Like if you're not stepping like them, like we really can't part because like I would feel like such a loser, like dealing with somebody that's not even like intentional behind me, like how my brother and my dad is. Like you need to step out me way harder than they do if like I'm coming to claim you, and like that's a lesson that I had to learn, and I'm just like so grateful that I have like great example of men around me, you know?
I love that for you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Another green flag I will say for me is I will say, like, I am not the most religious person.
Facts.
I'm very, like, on the spiritual side more than the specific religion side.
Mhm.
But I also love someone. Like, for me, it's a green flag when you're either spiritual or religious. I don't, whichever one you want to be. But when you just have a relationship with a higher power,
I was
whatever
just
it
about to say that,
is,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Even if it's spiritual, but when you could sit down and be like, you know what? Did you pray about it?
Yeah.
Or I prayed for you today. Like,
Yeah.
even if I'm not the most religious, when I prayed for you, or I prayed, like, make sure you pray before your flight, or let's pray before bed, and
That
you
means the
know
world
how
to
to
me.
say a prayer. Like, I do that, and it just feels great. Like, it
Yeah.
feels great to see, like, someone is praying over you.
Absolutely.
Like, I remember I got a text a couple weeks ago, and it was like, oh, my mom wants, like, what's your full name? Like, what's your full name? And I was like, what do you mean? Like, what's my full name? And he was like, what's your full name? And send me a picture of you
Oh,
for my mom. And I was like, well, why does your mom, like,
is the mom Haitian?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, no. She's American. What do you mean she's Asian? She's
I don't know
American.
what
No, 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 no. She's right? No, she's American. She's American. My future mother-in-law. But anyways, so she asked for my picture. She asked for my full name. So me, I'm here like, what does she want this for?
I'm curious.
And he said to put her on her prayers list because she's very, like, involved in the church and is very religious. So, like, at first I was like a little lost, but then I understand, like, I guess people who are very religious, like, they have a prayers list of all the people that they pray for and stuff. And, like, honestly, like, even though I'm not that deep into it, it meant everything to me because it
Absolutely.
meant, like, you thought of me, and, like, you might have not met me yet, but you're thinking of me as someone important enough to.
Add that to the list.
Exactly, and then when everything was happening with all the Delta crashes and everything, she would call and be like, is she okay? Is Jayshell okay? Was it her plane? Like, is she fine? Like, how is she doing and stuff? Like, even though it had nothing to do with, like, Canada at the time, but then when the Delta, like,
It wasn't in
crash
Toronto?
in Toronto
Yeah.
because it was everything was that week, right?
Yeah.
And then the last one was like the Delta crash. She's like, was Giselle in Toronto? Is she okay? And I wasn't even in Toronto, but it was the thought that it wasn't even my airline, but it was a thought that she knew I was a flight attendant. So it's like now she's like always praying over me and always asking about me and making sure that I'm good. Like for me, when you have a relationship with God or whoever, the person that you look up to or you pray to, even if you're praying just to pray and you're not necessarily praying to a person particularly, I love it. That's
Absolutely.
my third green flag.
That was my first. So
Yeah.
like my first green flag is you have to have like a belief in a higher power.
Yeah.
So I agree, like I'm always positive. Like even when I'm down,
You're
I'm still
positive.
positive.
Yeah.
It really doesn't work for me like if you're like the opposite of that. And then it's like I could be accommodating in the sense of like even if you're not at that level that I am at, because I worked very hard to get here mentally. It took a lot of isolation and downtime to really, change the way that I think, and learning that like I'm not my mind, I'm just awareness, having a human experience. That was a lot of work to do. So if you're somebody where you're not necessarily there and I'm trying to like help you and speak life into you and let you know like everything's always going to work out and da da da, and like you shut that down because you just want to dwell in negativity, it really doesn't it won't sit well for me. Like we ain't even gonna rock like that, you know. So, but yeah, that's number one. You definitely need to like believe in something, believe in God, believe in, the Almighty, whatever you call it. You need to believe in something.
Allah,
Definitely has to be
whoever
in
it
something.
is.
Yeah, for sure. My second green flag would like somebody intentional. Like I need somebody very, very like intentional, thoughtful. Like if like you just do without asking and stuff like that, like that's a green flag for me. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're like paying attention to like things that are going in my life and like you're just out there like trying to like help out and make it like like alleviate that stress or whatever. My birthday's coming up. You should be planning that from like weeks ahead, months ahead. Like
The year before. It's the year before.
don't have like my thing is like I need somebody with like good intentions and good execution. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want somebody with good intentions with horrible execution. That's the problem for me. You're filling me up with false hope. Like you
Or
know what
I
I'm
shouldn't
saying?
have to tell you.
That part too. So I think all of that combined. So that's my green flag. My second
Do you
one.
have any?
Nope, I don't.
Alright. Your mind's not going there? Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Sorry, I thought of something while we were here. While you said something.
Mm.
How do you guys feel about, okay, I was listening to this podcast and one person talked about how love languages are not a real thing, right? They are to an extent, but it was talking about like the 5 love languages and how like as you could lean more to one, but realistically, you're all 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? You like all 5 of them. No one's gonna say no to a gift, right?
Yeah.
No one's gonna say no to receiving a certain type of help with intention,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or I don't believe you could really be in a relationship and not like physical touch.
Yeah, facts.
Like, you know what I mean?
You don't like me then.
Who does exactly? But then you also don't want to be in a relationship where you're not being called beautiful, which is the words of affirmation.
Yeah, facts.
So it's like, do you believe the hype? Like when you get with someone, do you ask them what are their 5 love language? Like what are your love languages? Like, do you believe in that? Like to an extent?
I think to an extent I do believe in it, but I do believe that you could lean into one
One more
more
than
than
the
the
other.
other.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So to follow up with that, don't worry, I'm gonna ask you too. I didn't want to feel like I just like disregarded you, but based off what you said, it's like, okay, I asked you for your love languages, you asked me for mine, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like when you're in a relationship, I feel like it's easy to say, okay, these are my love languages, but it's just like I want to be loved a certain way and you want to be loved a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's the important. Like I feel like when it comes to asking love languages, I don't feel like people should do it just to say, okay, what are your love languages and what do you like?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it should be used as a tool
Mm-hmm.
to understand how a person wants to be loved. Because I
Absolutely.
remember having a conversation with someone and saying like, okay, like I was talking to my best friend and he has a girl and he was like, okay, but I don't want this. I said, okay, but that's not how she wants to be loved. And she's
Absolutely.
telling you this is what she wants.
Mhm.
Like every girl is different and you can't
Yeah.
love everyone the same. What your previous ex might have liked doesn't mean she's gonna like. Some
Absolutely.
people don't, like, you know what I mean? Some people prefer quality time
Mhm.
over you throwing money at them.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to throw money at certain things, but some
Yeah.
people don't even want that. They just
Yeah.
want to be next to you and to just hug you. And it's just like, you might not like it, but that's how
Yeah, that's
she
me.
wants to be loved. Just like he wants to be loved a certain way. But it's just like, how do you match the two when you guys are two opposites? Like, I don't like physical touch, but you love physical touch.
Yeah. But that's a thing too, because I've been in that situation where it's just like we need to find a common ground. You know what I'm saying? So you know that's what I like, and I know that you don't like that, so I'm not going to be overbearing with it, and you're not going to be just shutting me down. Just go and buy me like a necklace, knowing that like I just feel like you just
I
went and
wanted
did
flowers.
it. Like, that's a problem for me. Like, you're not hearing me out. You're not loving me the way that I want to be loved. So.
Clock that. We already know we clocked it before, and I have no problem clocking it again for you. Jana, how do you feel?
I mean, I guess for me, like in most of the relationships or like experiences that I've had, I'm like someone who enjoys quality time. In the last relationship that I had, we both were people who were with each other 24/7. I practically moved in with that person, and everything was quality time. So I didn't really care about anything else. But now the experience that I'm having is the people that I've been involved with recently, they're too lovey and touchy.
They want too much quality time.
Quality time and want to be up under me and breathe and be in my skin. That I can't handle it. Yeah. Especially becoming like it becomes overbearing. And like when you try to like put a boundary, they don't quite understand it. Yeah, it's like that's a lot for me.
But do you feel like it would have been? Do you feel like it depends on the person? Like, do you feel like if this was someone who you, yeah, like, do you feel like if this was someone who you were like, if it just wasn't for fun, like, and if it was actually someone that like you actually liked and you actually seen yourself with this person, do you feel like what's happening now would have a different effect on you if it was someone that you actually thought, hey, I could potentially be with you?
No, because the person doesn't understand boundaries. When you, like, you should be able to sense in somebody's voice or the way that they're speaking to you, like, this is
give them some space.
Give me some space. Like, you already know how I am as a person, and then for you to continue to try and push the boundaries, that's what, like, it just kills the entire thing for me. So I think it wouldn't have changed at all. Like, I like to be in solitude, and like I feel like if I was with this person or these people, it wouldn't work because they want to be underneath the person. And the person, these people, whoever it is, they're Virgo. I don't know much about Virgos, but I don't think they are for me.
Okay, so just to feed off that real quick, who's you guys favorite zodiac sign to date?
I will say I feel like the two I feel like the closest relationships that I've had, and one of the like most, I won't say the best relationship because some of them I'm clearly not in,
Facts.
but I would say the happiest I've been and the most loved I felt was with a Pisces. But we've also butt heads a lot, but I do feel like I've had the strongest connection and love for Pisces.
Huh? The most love I felt was by Scorpio. The strongest connection with the Scorpio. So yeah, I have to go with Scorpio. Even though at times it was intense and like we did butt heads a lot. There was times we didn't talk for days, but when we got back together, it would just click.
You?
I plead the fifth.
You can't plead the fifth. You can't. Yeah, like how do you bring up a topic and then plead the fifth?
I just wanted to hear you guys.
No, who's yours? Yeah, who's yours?
Being the most healthiest because like mentally I was my most healthiest. You know what I'm saying? So the way I navigated that relationship never turned toxic because I feel like I never allowed it to turn toxic.
Okay, but who have you felt most loved by? Like you're doing too deep going into about you and how your mental was.
Okay.
Who loved you best?
Scorpio. Scorpio gang.
I can't because I've never been with this.
Honestly, I don't know if it's just Scorpios or the fact that like we're Scorpios and like got loved by a Scorpio. Like I don't know if
I can't do Capricorn then.
I definitely can't do no Capricorn. But
like Capricorns and Capricorns don't go together.
I know I can't do Capricorns. I can't do Cancers.
And they're a water sign. Like,
yeah, but like I find like cancers are like
Nope.
yeah, tell me off camera. but,
Escape.
but I think with like cancers, they're like so emotional.
Mm. Oh my god. Like, what was this?
But I feel like they're so emotional, but like they play the victim because it's like they're liars. You know what I'm saying? Like you're acting like you're so hurt, but you're cheating too. Like you know
Heavy
what I'm
on the
saying?
lion
Like,
part. I know one of them.
so
I
I've
think
never
I've talked
dated
to
one.
one cancer, and that was just
Yeah, I just
it was a
only hit a talking
shit
stage
show.
with a couple of cancers. I was it. Like,
Yeah, I
was
never.
like,
Yeah,
the same for me.
you're crazy.
But Scorpios, I don't know what it is. Like just that intense passion, love. Like you gotta be ready for that, baby. Like, anywho,
getting hot. Here's my fire.
Mind you, it's on the TV, guys. It is not a real fireplace.
Okay, what's the worst sign you've been with?
Oh, Aquarius. Aquarius. Yeah,
Aquarius, for
Aquarius.
sure. I think the problem with Aquarius is like they're just too weird. Like you know what I'm saying?
They
like,
are like
they're just very weird.
you're just
you know?
questioning a lot.
And the thing is, like, they can be so cool at first that you think like they're not
Yeah.
weird, and then like I don't know. It was just weird. It was just weird.
I've never spoke to a Sag
Nonchalant,
sign.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's LB3
I
too.
never I've never spoke to a Sag man, so I wouldn't know.
But
Okay.
Aquarius takes the cake over here.
Yeah, clearly.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, since I know that we've all been in this particular situation, whether it is currently or before, long distance. Oh God, the size. Fill mine up too. The size. I guess I'll start first because they sighed.
You're in one right now.
They sighed. Okay, tell my business. It is not for the weak. You're definitely going back, but I personally, if you know me now, you know I don't date in the city. Like I haven't. It's been a while since I've spoken to someone in shoot, I just thought of an awkward story. But anyways, I'll save that for later. We'll end it off on that. But anyways, I've basically like since COVID, I've pretty much dated outside the city because I was traveling so much. And I would love to say that I found my person now who is long distance, but it ain't no regular long distance. The man has been Germany, DR, a lot, yeah, like a lot of different places, and like it's hard. It is hard, especially when it's not like you started a relationship and then went long distance, but it's just like it started off automatically long distance.
I've been there.
It's so hard. It's so hard, and I just like I love it. I hate it. It's a very much love-hate relationship.
Love-hate relationship for sure.
Because you like the space. Like at the same time, a part of me loves
Love
the space because I'm like I'm not under someone 24/7, and I
You
know
focus on
how
yourself.
I know how I get when I'm like all in. I know as a Capricorn female and a lover girl, I'm all in. When I'm all in, I'll drop everything. But a part of me also can't wait to move in together and finally be together and start life together. Like, you know what I mean? I appreciate the distance. I feel like we're actually taking the time to get to know each other because we're not always together. So there's a lot of conversations that probably wouldn't have happened if we were off the bat always together.
I was literally just having this conversation with somebody today.
Yeah. But the fact that we have spent months apart, we spent 4 months apart, 6 months apart.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We've broken up in between, we've gone back together, and we've learned each other. I feel like, you know, there's pros and cons to it, obviously, like everything. There's pros and cons to it. Like, of course, you don't see each other, but at the same time, you like it. I like the peace. I like that I could just still do my day-to-day stuff. Because I realized for me, I was a victim of like, when I got a man, no one's seeing me. No one. I don't go out. I don't do nothing. But I'm happy that I'm with someone who trusts me enough to like I still go do my thing. Like I work, I have 2 jobs, I travel for work, and then like I still hang out with my friends. I still do stuff like that. Before I wouldn't be like I was insecure.
Absolutely.
I was insecure from my man. Like I was not doing anything thinking even if my man would say go do that, I wouldn't feel
Do it,
comfortable.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But now I'm with something where I'm in an actual like, I could say a healthy relationship. Of course, it's had its ups and downs, but again, I would say like the Pisces has been love of my life. So
So cute.
if you haven't caught on to it, the person who prayed for me was his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoy it, but I feel like I'm now at the next step where he's met my parents and I haven't met his parents yet. But I spoke to his
His
mom
mom
for
would
the
be
first.
praying for you. So.
But I spoke to his mom for the first time on the phone, and I didn't know how it was gonna be. And then she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy to talk to you." And I was like, "I'm so happy to talk to you." Now he would tell me like she asked about you. She'll call me and ask about you before she asks about if I'm doing.
That's
And
so
like
sweet.
before, I feel like I didn't hear much of that, but now it's just like okay, like
Nonstop.
she knows about me, and she'd be like, "Oh, how is she? Is she okay? How was flying for her?" So now I'm just like, I'm ready to meet them. I'm ready to go. But yeah, that's my experience. It's not like that for everyone, clearly, with the size.
No, I think for me, you guys know I've been in a long distance relationship for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
It was the hardest thing in my life, but this has been like the most healthiest relationship to an extent. Cause niggas ain't shit. I'm just joking. I think for me, like when I get a man, I'm all up under my man. Like I'm doing everything that you want to do. Like, oh, you riding, I'm riding.
I'm
Like,
coming.
oh,
Where you going? To the store? I'm coming.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's take a walk.
like everybody knows like you got to go now because I'm on your hip.
Mhm.
And I've always been like that, and I end up losing myself in the relationship.
It's so but it's so easy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so easy.
Like your goals become my goals now, and I forget all about my goals. So like in this new relationship where it's long distance, I just felt like I love the fact that like I'm building a relationship with somebody and I have somebody, but at the same time, like I'm not losing myself. You know
Because
what
you're
I'm saying?
actually getting to know somebody.
Yeah, and we were literally talking about it today where I was just like, I feel like where we are in our relationship is simply because like it had been long distance, like I got to know you on like a different level because we have no choice but to talk. And then it's been like so cool because like instead of it always just being like you coming here or whatever, like we're taking trips together, like we're seeing countries together, like we're meeting up in different countries and stuff like that, so that has been fun. But yeah, I don't think it's for the weak. And now that I experienced it for X amount of years, I'm okay with not experiencing it anymore. So, I would consistently like to sleep next to somebody and consistently like to go to sleep and wake up to something. And yeah.
Sorry, off topic. I just have some questions. You said this conversation was had recently, so I'm just trying to. I'm I'm here listening to the story, and I'm here listening to you speak, and we listen and we don't judge, but like
We had a few conversations.
of course I'm aware,
Yeah.
but like is this I'm just
Dude, like there's no title on it. Like we're
Okay.
literally just
I was gonna be like, is it still like are we thinking about it? Are we considering it again?
just to keep it like 100, like there was like so much that happened, and then like with the way that our relationship is, that it's long distance, and like we had something like major happen in our relationship that like we can't be around each other and do certain things because of like where we are in our life right now. Like like I can't travel, like I have school right now, like he can't travel, he got shit going on right now, so it's like that in the mix of like we're going through something.
It's
and then we
hard.
can't, it's so hard that it's like I can't put nothing on it right now.
When
like,
shit goes rough, when you're in a long distance relationship, it
rough.
goes rough. It's not your
bad.
regular okay, we fight and see each other the next day because
No.
there's no seeing each other.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like
What do you do?
it's rough.
Yeah, no, it's
It's rough. We're gonna be broken up for a minute, and you're gonna feel it, and I'm gonna feel it, and we'll decide eventually if it's gonna work out. So I get it. That's why I asked. I'm like, okay, because me,
Yeah.
you see me one side on my birthday, and then a month later you see me right back into another side. So I get it.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Chai, before we let's final
Before we close
thoughts.
this out?
Final thoughts. Jerry's final thoughts.
Yeah, it's not for the weak. I took a chance. I went on Hinge. I met somebody. I really liked them. I invested a lot of time and a lot of other things into this person. And
Who
it
ain't
just didn't work out. And it sucked because I actually took a chance at liking somebody after being in a relationship for a long time and just closing myself off. And yeah, the person was just very like non-responsive at the end of everything, and it just sucks because
He's a Sagittarius.
exactly.
Non-responsive is an understatement.
Yeah.
But you know what? At the end of the day, you got to experience that, you know? So the little bit that you did experience, you know now, like, that ain't nothing that you want. You know?
Yeah, but I won't say like no. Okay, I'm not talking about him. He ain't. We're done with that one. We're done. But that doesn't mean that it could never happen again with someone who happens to be long distance. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want it to. Of course, like a bad experience is a bad experience, and I get it kind of scars you, but
Absolutely.
also don't close yourself off to love long distance just because of this one ain't shit nigga who ain't got nothing going on except for court cases and stupidness.
Oh fuck, you put everything out there. Jesus Christ.
What? Excuse me. Hello.
But I do
You
think
know?
though in the sense of like yes, you got to experience it and it was great and I think that you put your best foot forward.
When I'm all in, I'm all in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But that's
Absolutely.
that's what sucks about it is because he wasn't.
The person went somewhere.
Yeah.
I was the first person they called.
Absolutely.
That's fine.
But
He went to jail. I was the first person they called.
oh fuck, now he went to jail.
So that's to me that's crazy. You know, that I was there and I invested time and other things that I won't talk about.
Mhm.
You
I
invested
know
your
all about
time, your body, your mind, your soul, your energy,
A little bit of
everything.
chicken. A little bit of chicken.
That I won't get back, but it's okay. I mean, like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's an experience, but it's just shitty
Experience and a
because,
lesson.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you really like somebody, and I don't really like a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Now I'm back into my shell again. Like, I don't want to expose myself to that.
Mm,
Yeah. Absolutely. But
are you really in your shell?
I have been, okay, because it was a long week.
all I know is that only great things are ahead of for us.
Exactly.
I wish you all the best with your future hubby-in-law. We won't say baby daddy because we don't.
No, I don't. Yeah, soon to be.
And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment what you guys want to hear us talking about. If you guys actually are from our city and know us and you want us to bring somebody on, let us know who that would be as well.
Let us know what you guys would like us to talk about.
Absolutely, all that.
And of course, don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend,
To
tell
tell
a
a
friend,
motherfucking friend, okay?
so we could all be friends.
That part.
Bye, guys.
Until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.